Hello and welcome to This is Nigeria, Unlocking Her Potential. Now this is the program that showcases Nigeria's investment and development opportunities across the 36 states of Nigeria, with a special focus on the non-oil sectors of the economy. And today we're looking at the creative industry, and our starting point is fashion. Now someone said a while back that fashion is emotion. It is what a woman wishes to express about herself. If she feels like royalty, she dresses like one. And if she feels like a commercial worker, she also dresses like one. But this is an industry that has huge potential for Nigeria that we're yet to unlock. So today, we're taking an insight into the fashion industry through the lens of two great women, two great fashion icons, in the person of Sisi Abba Folawiyo of Labanela Creations and Fumi Ajila Ladipo, the president of the Fashion Designers Association of Nigeria. My name is Mayowa Oluwabi. Don't go away. Stay with us.
No nation depends on one source of revenue if it wants to create a sustainable economic development and a future for its citizens. Countries have all grown and sustained their respective economies through non-oil exports, and Nigeria Export Promotion Council (NEPC) is strategically positioned to do more on 22 priority export products under the Zero Oil Plan, the One State, One Product Initiative, and the Nigeria Diaspora Export Program, which are needed pillars of success in our economic recovery and growth plan. Invest in non-oil export business such as sorghum, cassava, yam, shea nut, ginger, and reap bountifully. Export business guarantees a prosperous future through inclusive wealth and job creation. Join hands to make Nigeria one of the top 20 largest economies in the world. Export business, tomorrow's business. For further inquiries, visit .nepc.gov.ng.
Fashion refers to clothing and accessories like hats, wristbands, bags, shoes, and jewelry, amongst many things that define the looks of people. All such elements, therefore, like tailoring, marketing, fabrics, modeling, designs, fashion fairs, media, awards, and schools make up what is known as the fashion industry. Clothes over time are usually produced and distributed in three categories, being haute couture, usually custom made, especially in the olden days for the aristocrats and celebrities. Next is pret-a-porter, a ready-to-wear fabric and designs for both elites and the average class. And finally, the high street, which is mass-produced and usually of lower quality fabrics. The Nigerian fashion industry subsumes activities bordering on dressmaking and accessories with distinct peculiarities that can be qualified as Nigerian. It predates the colonial era as traditional clothing and accessories flourished amongst persons and communities. Sadly, the advent of colonial rule marked a break from the African way of life and an introduction to the modern fashion, which was completely European. This new reality made it impossible for Nigerian designers to neither thrive nor compete effectively for decades. Interestingly, this era led a majority of Nigerians, particularly in the urban centers, to begin to see homemade fashion as inferior to Western fashion. The implication of this development was that progress within the industry slowed significantly. At independence, what was left of the Nigerian fashion industry began to decline through the 1980s to the early 1990s. Noticeable challenges within the industry were a decline in the production of local textile materials due mainly to the neglect of agriculture and the decline in the supply of cotton for fabric production. This caused a resort to the importation of fabrics and clothing from foreign countries. Of significance too was that Nigerian government policies did not protect the interest of home industries, as importers found the turf more favorable. Further still, the palpable poverty among Nigerians and frequent devaluation of the naira weakened the capacity of many Nigerians to purchase finished products. It is worthy of note that a generation of players emerged in the 1990s that redefined the space with standards that have continued to inspire. The likes of Oprah Benson, House of Beauty, Labanella, Folorunshua Lakija's Supreme Stitches, Vivid Imagination, Dakova, Kese Jabari, House of Mofechi, Sophisticat, and Texan, amongst others, turned out quite formidable. Listed among the super force of Nigeria's fashion industry today are Deola Sego, Lisa Folawiyo, Soares Anthony, Lola Faturoti, Frank Oshodi, Zizi Kado, Mai Atafu, Tiffany Amber, and Momo. The consciousness to embrace the Nigerian style is growing to an appreciable level globally. Seeing world citizens like Beyoncé and Michelle Obama rock Nigerian designs speaks volumes. The likes of the late Fela Kuti, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, Femi Kuti, Dede Mabiaku, and Yemi Alade are reputed for their dress sense, which is proudly Nigerian. Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, the literary icon, has just also joined the league in promoting the Nigerian fashion identity. Notable textile manufacturing companies in Nigeria include African Textile Manufacturers Limited, Chalawa Kanu, Daviva Fashion Limited, United Nigeria Textiles PLC, and Sunflag Group Nigeria Limited. Two institutions stand out in their conscious efforts to promote Nigerian fashion. They are the Ledzi Mojo Eyes Nigerian Fashion Show and Nduka Obaigbena's Arise. Both platforms have drawn attention and helped in shaping Nigerian fashion at home and at various international fora. GTB Fashion Weekend has become a regular event. The contribution of the Nigeria fashion industry to Nigeria's gross domestic product is put at 0.55%, valued at $4.7 billion. The potentials for this sector are high and deserving of all encouragement. Thus far, the inventive attitude by young Nigerians in attracting more attention to the industry via the internet with sites like Konga, Jumia, and Fashion Nova are paying off. The platforms offered by institutions such as the British Council, Bank of Industry, the Central Bank of Nigeria, and others are serving to give further vent to the industry, even as many people call for a total ban on importation of textile materials. The way forward, it seems, is to consciously stimulate the sector with more funding, policies that will give it the comparative advantage and protect the local fashion industry.
Today on the program, we're talking to a fashion icon, a philanthropist, a woman who has been on the front line of the fashion industry in Nigeria. She is a force in the fashion industry, whether you like it or not. She is the creator of Labanella Creations, and she's fondly called Sisi Abba. Folawiyo, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
What inspired you into fashion, and what's the story behind Labanella Creations?
When I started Labanella, it was when I came back from Ghana.
Okay.
Because I was brought up in Ghana. I lived there, and then I came back to Nigeria finally. Okay. And then I got married to Prince Adesanya. Okay. And then he said to me one day, he said, why don't you continue your dressmaking, you know? Because my mother used to be a dressmaker. In fact, all my family, they are all dressmakers,
Yeah, okay.
you know.
So it's in the
So I
DNA.
got it from there, you know. So I said, okay. So we opened Labanella, and Labanella is Lagun, Aba, and Onella. I have one Italian partner then that was working with me. I brought her from London, and we started Labanella together, you know. But before then, before I started Labanella, I've been sewing, you know. I sew for people, you know, in the house. And,
It's like
you
a
know,
hobby.
It's like a hobby. It's not like a, you know, real business,
Yes.
you know. So until I started Labanella, you know. And, well, it's been, it's a very ethic industry that you have to really put all your body, your heart, your everything into it, you know. I hardly sleep, you know. When I'm I'm relaxing, I'm thinking of nothing but just designing and sewing, you know. That has been all my life.
That was your passion.
Yes, my passion. And I'm very pleased with it, you know. I think it was successful.
This acceptance of the Nigerian fashion in the global space, did you see this coming?
It's unbelievable, you know, the way they've gone. I'm really pleased with it because we've gone haywire, you know, everywhere in the world. We are there, you know, and we can fit into any part of the, you know, the world. Nigerian fashion, they are so wild in it, you know. We love dressing up, global, you know. So I'm so happy, you know, the way the industry is going, you know.
But then we noticed something over the time. I think you were one of the first early designers to play with the Ankara material. What was your attachment to Ankara?
Well, I just love, I love cotton. I love to play around with cotton. I don't like silk and all these things. And then I said, why not? Ankara is, you know. So why don't we use our own prints, you know? So I started and I love it. And I made lots of designs with it. I mix it with linen, with cotton, you know. You can mix it with anything. And, you know, so that's when I started. And when I started, I wasn't selling in my factory, in my boutique then. And people would say, oh, what is it? I don't want Ankara. We want linen, we want silk. You know, foreign material. But I continue doing it. I continue. I never lay off until when Obasanjo came and then they banned all the importation of imported clothes and things. And then that's when
you exploded.
Yes. Yeah.
So you must have made a lot of money back then.
I don't know about a lot of money.
Or you were exporting, or you were just...
Well, no, I wasn't exporting. Well, in a way, I was exporting to Ghana, Ivory Coast, you know, because I was having fashion shows all over there. So I take my things out there, you know. Yeah. You know, I even have fashion shows in London. I take my things then, those years then, you know. But people don't appreciate our industry, you know, here from Africa, you know, then, you know, during our own time. But now, the world is accepting us, you know, so we thank God.
Of music, of our fashion,
everything, you know.
The jollof rice.
Everything, which is very good,
so
you
know. So are you
still
engaged in fashion, or you have retired completely?
Not completely, because people won't let me go. I have some few clients that are still with me. If I don't make their clothes, you know, they are not happy, you see. So they kept me, you know. Yeah, but I've really retired, you know. But I support all the industry, the designers, you know, I support them. And they're having fashion shows, I'm there, I know all of them, you know. And they all accept me and they love me. So, and they make clothes for me, I wear their clothes, you know. You know, they all dress me up if I want them to.
So like, what are you wearing now?
Sorry?
This is the Labanera.
No, this is not mine. This is made by, who made this, Papa? I think Maureen. Maureen did it for me, you know. Mufechi, yeah.
No nation depends on one source of revenue if it wants to create a sustainable economic development and a future for its citizens. Countries have all grown and sustained their respective economies through non-oil exports, and Nigeria Export Promotion Council (NEPC) is strategically positioned to do more on 22 priority export products under the Zero Oil Plan, the One State, One Product initiative, and the Nigeria Diaspora Export Program, which are needed pillars of success in our economic recovery and growth plan. Invest in non-oil export business such as sorghum, cassava, yam, shea nut, ginger, and reap bountifully. Export business guarantees a prosperous future through inclusive wealth and job creation. Join hands to make Nigeria one of the top 20 largest economies in the world. Export business, tomorrow's business. For further inquiries, visit .nepc.gov.ng.
Welcome back if you're just joining us. The conversation is on fashion today, and we're speaking to Funmi Ajila Ladipo, the president of the Fashion Designers Association of Nigeria. Very interesting package. Don't go anywhere. The CEO of Regalia by Far. First and foremost, I'm a designer, I'm a dressmaker, I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm just a creative person. I'm also the president of the Fashion Designer Association of Nigeria. I know everybody is doing one thing or the other, but truly, I think we're not there yet. We still have a long way to go. And why do I say we have a long way to go? If we don't produce, if we don't have mass production hubs, we don't have places where things can be mass produced, there are just few people that buy the stuff that we make. Anyway, you have few customers, but we should be able to do the ready-to-wear, off-the-rack clothes, do more and do it well. So for me, the evolution of fashion in Nigeria, it's a good thing. There's so many creative people doing a whole lot of good things, but I really still think we still have a long way to go. We're not there yet. It's one of the greatest employer of labor when you look at it. There's so many young people in the industry who are coming into clothing, coming into shoemaking, coming into bags, accessories. There's so many young people who are coming into it. I know the government is trying. I know they're trying, but we need power. We need power. I've been in business for 36 years, and I've been using generator for 36 years. And you can imagine how much money must have gone on generators. Every year or maybe every other year, you have to change your generator. You have to change. The money is going somewhere. And we still pay for electricity that we don't get. I feel if the government can really support and put the Fashion Council in place, get the we get steady supply, electricity, a lot of things will work out because people are trying. People are trying. You need to come to one of our exhibitions and see what people are producing in the corners of their home, at the backyard of their homes. People are producing. But the minute these people make a piece, they produce a sample, they make the piece, somebody comes somewhere because they have to sells it, and they take it to China, or they take it to Turkey, or they take it somewhere and get it and get mass produced and mass produce those products and send it here and send it back to us. We can as well mass produce in Nigeria. We need production hubs. We don't have good skilled people. We don't have products. You can't get material that is made in Nigeria. They're all made, abroad. They bring them in. And now, most of the pieces that the designers are making, most of the designs that are being made by our designers are taken abroad, one piece, two pieces, and then they copy it, and they mass produce in their country, and they bring it back to sell to us. Now they're all in the country. So what do we do?
of the policy the government needs to put in place is need for a fashion council to regulate the things that are coming in, the things that are going out, and also to put the fashion world in Nigeria together. Laws and, laws that would, tailor the profession and make it, more attractive, to a lot of people. If the government should see the art of dressmaking as a business and not just not entertainment. Not just entertainment. They need to take it seriously. If you look at, we had an exhibition about 2 weeks ago, and all the people that came in from Turkey were sponsored by their government. 70% were sponsored by their government to come into Nigeria and do business. Meanwhile, we have business people here, we have very hardworking people here, we have very creative people here. Nobody is minding them, nobody cares about them. We need to make sure that associations are properly put in place and supported by the government to help that industry to grow. The young people need to be encouraged. We need to, the production in Nigeria needs to be encouraged, to help it grow. Look at the textile industry in Nigeria. It needs to grow. We don't even produce, but we buy. We're the greatest buyer in the whole of, in the whole of West Africa. We're always buying from other countries, but we never produce. What the government needs to do is to bring in experts from the Western world that can come in to teach our people. The government needs to look at and talk to stakeholders in the industry. They need to talk to associations. They need to help the associations to grow. We have the Fashion Designer Association of Nigeria. The government needs to fully back them up and support them at different state levels so that we can grow whatever we have in those states. We can bring them out and help those, the industry in the little industry, the Ashoke place, and the little industry that people have, to help it grow. But really, what are you going to do without electricity? Come to think of it. I think the first and foremost thing that needs to be done in this country is to make sure that power supply is steady. People can walk around naked. So in as much as people can walk around naked, we're clothing them. So the money is going somewhere. The government can support. They can support with good money. Put the money in the production hub. Let designers go into there and mass produce. Bring down the cost, the import taxes. Bring it down a little bit on fabrics because we don't produce. We don't produce. So let's start producing fabrics. Let's get our textiles back. Let's get our manufacturing hubs back. Not family manufacturing hubs. I'm talking about manufacturing hubs that will service everybody in Nigeria, that will service people, young people who are just coming up in the industry. They have an idea, but they don't have money to buy machines. They take their ideas to the production hub and they mass produce for them. And we're selling. Let's begin to sell. Let's begin to sell to other African nations. Let's begin to sell to them. Not one bag. In thousands. In millions. That I believe that we can do in Nigeria. We're strong people. We're proud people. We're hardworking people. And we're very, very creative people. And we want the best for Nigeria.
It will be something else. I can't imagine what will happen there because our designers are really good, doing great work.
Yes,
they are really
great work.
Yeah.
Well, it's a wrap on This is Nigeria today. We've been talking fashion. We've spoken to Sisi Abba Folawiyo, reminiscing about the old times. And we've spoken to Fumi Ajila Ladipo, telling us what government needs to do to take the fashion industry to the next level. My name is Mayowa Oluwabi. Thank you for watching. God bless Nigeria.